Yesterday we told you about cutting-edge footprint technology helping to solve crime. Today, a former Stoke Newington vicar was jailed for 4 years for historical sex abuse, thanks in part to a UK first, evidence given through eye-tracking equipment called eye gaze. Cyril Rowe's victim was paralysed by motor neuron disease in later life, but used the groundbreaking technology to tell the court about his ordeal. Toby Sadler has the remarkable story.
Cyril Rowe thought he'd got away with his crimes, but more than 3 decades on, new technology gave a voice to his victim. A computer like this was used to translate eye movements into words. That's because the former vicar's victim was later paralysed by motor neuron disease and couldn't speak.
Years ago, you wouldn't have been able to, if you couldn't get to court, you couldn't give your evidence. If you couldn't speak, you couldn't give your evidence. Here we have both of those things have been overcome. The person didn't have to come to court. We were able to use video technology to get his evidence into court before the jury. And someone who couldn't speak, we were able to use technology to be able to have him communicate with the jury.
The abuse took place between 1978 and 1982 at the Vicarage of St Matthias Church in Stoke Newington. In those years, chorister Michael Kelsick was attacked repeatedly. It started when he was just 9 years old. The victim in this case was 47 before he saw his abuser in court. The Crown Prosecution Service says that even as he was giving evidence, he knew that he was dying from his motor neuron disease. The final tragedy is that on the very day that Cyril Rowe was found guilty, his victim passed away before he could be told the verdict. Sarah Ezekiel has motor neuron disease and uses the same eye gaze equipment the court did. It's been life-changing. She controls everything from the curtains in her house to an extensive following on social media. She's also an exhibiting artist, all created with her eyes. But it's having a voice that's been most empowering.
I wish I had eye gaze technology during my divorce because I was unable to communicate at all in court, which was very frustrating. I'm so pleased that everyone with motor neuron disease can now have a voice.
Views echoed by the Motor Neuron Disease, or MND, Association.
The important thing about this case is that it shows that people with MND can take part in the justice system and, in fact, in any part of normal life.
Cyril Rowe was jailed for 4 years. In sending him to prison, the judge said the 78-year-old showed no remorse. Toby Sadler, ITV News.